Alright guys, how's it going? I apologize if I sound a little funny today. Fighting some mad allergies, so we're gonna power through it. This video, I kind of just wanted to tell a story, and every once in a while, you get to do something that's just really cool. Something cool happens, it comes together, and this might not make a lot of sense until we get kind of into the meat and potatoes of this, but we're gonna take this floor jack right here, the beast, and then we're gonna talk about how it came to this.
Hey, we're over at my buddy's wrap shop, and this is what he's working on. And now back to my world.
So to tell this story, we have to go way back, and as some of you guys know, I started out my career as an automotive technician at Toyota. I worked at the dealership for about 8 years before I went on my own. Went on my own about 5 years ago, and now here we are. So when I started the repair shop, I really honestly didn't really know what I was doing, and that's kind of anything you start. If you wait until you're 100% ready, you're never going to do the thing. So at some point you have to just jump into it. Now I had planned to leave the dealership for about, I'd say, a year and a half before I actually did it, and I was doing things like gathering equipment. I bought my lift, saving money because I didn't know how this whole thing was going to go, and I had a mortgage, and there was a lot of things going on. When I started the shop, if you've seen some of the older videos, I was in a small town working from my house. I had a decent sized yard, I had 2 driveways, but I was basically running and starting my business from nothing out of a 2-stall garage. That's how it worked, that's how it went. And it was tough for a while, you guys. It was really tough, You don't have a client base, so you're working on friends' cars and friends of friends if you're lucky. Small town, I was getting some traffic, but I'm not going to sit here and say that it was rainbows and unicorn farts right away, because the first 2 years of having our business was really hard. Thankfully now, 5 years into this, we have an absolutely amazing client base built up. I have good customers. The phone rings, I don't even know where half these people are, and admittedly, it's been hard to keep up because we've been so busy, which is great. We moved to this location later. I sold the house a couple of years ago, moved here, have the main stall, which is over there, and the secondary stall with the scissor lift that we are in currently. So when I started, there was a lot of issues, you guys, tons of issues. And one day I came home, I went somewhere, I came back, and I was actually doing DoorDash deliveries up in the metro because I was trying to make ends meet, you guys. And I was like, you know what? I have the martial arts gym that I run. I'm trying to run this shop. I can't really go get, I can't add another schedule into this mix. So DoorDash was kind of the solution at that point in time. I could do it, and then literally if someone texted me, I would just log out, drive back, and work on their car. But it was tough. So I get home, I go check my mail, and there's a letter from the city in there basically saying, hey, you can't work on cars. We're going to sue you, all this crap. And it scared me. My neighbor came across the street. I was standing there reading this, and he's like, what's going on? I'm like, I got this letter, and he goes, I can't believe he would do that. And he just starts like muttering to himself and wandering around. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm calling Rick. I'm like, what do you mean you're calling Rick? And he's like, I can't believe he would do this to you. I can't believe that he would. And fast forward, he calls this Rick, who I don't know. You guys know him now because he's been on the channel, but I have no idea who this guy is. And he calls him, and he's like, did you report Jarrett for, working out of his garage and working on cars? Because Rick has a shop in the same area that does towing and auto repair. And Rick's like, I would never do that. Why? I don't even know him. Why would I call him in and report it to the city? Because the issue was I was working from home. So anyway, a little while later, this little Isuzu Ombre or Suzuki, it's the S10 with a boom on the back, which I've seen around, so it's comical. It's this little tow truck. I'll see if I can get a picture of it. But pulls up to my driveway, and Rick gets out, introduces himself to me, and we have this conversation. He's like, I don't know who would have who would have called? I mean, you're inside your garage, nobody can see anything, there's nothing torn apart in the yard. I just want you to know it wasn't me, man. And I'm like, no, that's cool. So he's getting back in his truck to leave, and he goes, hey, you ever need anything? And he hands me a card, and he's like, give me a call. Okay. And nice guy. I'm like, I don't know him though, you know. Well, it wasn't a week later, I needed a press for something. And I was like, wonder if that Rick guy has a press. So I call him, and I'm like, hey, this is Jarrett. We met the other day. And he goes, oh yeah, I'm actually out on a tow right now, but the shop's open. Here's the address. Just drive out there. And I was like, okay. So I go out to his shop, and I feel weird about it because I'm like, I met this guy one time, and now I'm just going to wander into his shop when he's not there and use his stuff. But I did, and it was cool. I went back later and thanked him, and we've been friends ever since. And you guys, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're building a business, I don't care if it's friends, families, it really takes a village. And that sounds really cliche, but it does. You have to have good people in your corner, and I can't say enough good things about Rick. I mean, he's been a mentor, he's a close friend of mine at this point. I go out there just to BS with him and shoot the shit. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better guy. And he's helped me in so many ways with my business. I can't even count them all. But like this stall, the scissor lift I bought from Rick, so he hooked us up with that. I had everything out of my house in this. This was cold storage before we set it up as a second bay. He hooked me up with another storage. The list goes on, you guys. When I was working and struggling, for a while, actually, I got the city off my back by saying, hey, I'm just filming YouTube videos working on cars. But it really kind of slowed the business down. And Rick would say, hey, if my mechanic's out, I'll call you. Anytime you're slow, come out here, work, and I'll pay you. So he's just been a great person. He's a really good friend. And I know he's watching this. And Rick, you're an awesome guy. Like, I really appreciate you. So he gives me this floor jack, you guys. And this is like 5-6 years ago. And it was kind of comical. The pictures are not going to do this justice. They call this thing the Beast for a reason. I mean, it's got to weigh 120 pounds at least. It's like a 4-ton floor jack. And he just said, I'm getting old, I want aluminum jacks, so you can take this one if it'll help you. It's a great jack. I used it for a long time, and then eventually I got aluminum jacks, and it just kind of sat in the corner in here. And it's a cool piece, you know, just the graphics and everything else about it, and it literally is a beast. But in the back of my head this whole time, it's kind of like, there's just people that help you, and you know that there's no way that you can ever like get even with them, or there's no way that you can really repay them for all that they've done for you. And it was always in the back of my mind. I'm like, what can I do? You know? And then when we were cleaning out this stall, I was like, I got it. I'm gonna take this jack, I'm gonna get it redone, and I'm gonna give it back to him. He's gonna have no idea. It's gonna be great. So that's when I called my buddy Jeremy over at Woodyz Custom Coatings and Repair. Awesome friend of mine, does great work. And I literally brought this crusty floor jack and I limped it into his shop, and I'm like, here it is. He's like, I want you to redo this whole thing. He's like, you didn't even take it apart for me? I'm like, nope. Just keep track of your time. I do not care what it costs. I know this is gonna be expensive. Take this thing, make it awesome. And so we went over colors. You can see a few pictures here where he redid the logo. This thing turned out phenomenal. And I'm gonna insert pictures in here. This was a lot of work. I mean, if you don't know anything about powder coating, it's not as easy as just, you know, blasting the stuff on there and then baking it. This is a meticulous process. You have to strip it down, then you have to outgas it, bake any oils and grease out of the metal, then you sandblast it, you put a primer down, then your color. Depending on your color, you need a clear coat. And the logo on this thing was not a sticker. That's actually powder coated in there. And we went with this Illusion Cherry, which is like a candy red. It's beautiful in the sun. And then kind of a pearl white handle. This thing, every nut and bolt on this thing was touched. 90% of it was reused. We replaced a couple things, but we got this back. And then Jeremy goes, okay, I'm gonna take it to the show this weekend. We'll put some video in here of that show. It was the Crusaders bike show. And he's like, I'm gonna take it there as a showpiece for my booth. And it was a really cool show. We had a good time. And then after that, you can take it and give it to Rick. So right now what I wanna do is skip ahead, show you bringing it out to Rick's, show you his reaction. All right, so we just pulled up to Rick's. Looks like they might have a customer here. I don't know how I'm gonna do this yet. I should have brought someone else with me because they call this jack the Beast for a reason. This thing weighs like a metric ton, and somehow I gotta either get it set up out here or get it in there without him seeing me do it so that I can get his reaction. So I'm gonna go in, see what's going on in the shop, and then we'll go from there. This is actually perfect. He's not here, so I'll show you where we set it up over here. Give me a second. Just put it right on the back of the tow rig. Here's a picture again of what it looked like. I'm excited to see what you think too. If you remember it, that is.
Okay. Oh, I have never seen one of these before.
You never saw this thing?
The Beast.
You're gonna be on camera though. You gotta go over to the tow truck in there.
To the tow truck? Okay.
Yeah. See if you remember this. You'll remember it.
Oh, geez, the Beast.
Look at that.
That's our old Jack?
It's your Jack again. You're gonna hang it on the wall or something.
Oh, man. That's crazy. You do this?
No, my buddy that has the powder coat shop.
No kidding, huh? That Jack can lift. Oh, man. Look at the old. Jeez. That's great. That's great, man. That looks great.
That cool?
That's awesome.
We couldn't get the exact letters, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Is this?" I'm like, "Dude, you got the eyes. Just call it good." Because
How long have you-
that's powder coated on.
How long have you had that?
When did you give it to me? Probably
It's got to be
6
years ago. I forgot all about that thing. You could lift a house with it,
I know.
you know. Oh, this is great, man. I think it's badass.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on?
It sounds weird in here with the radio off.
Yeah. Well, yep.
So I thought this was really cool. I wanted to share it with you guys. It was, again, you guys, there's just certain people in your life that you're super grateful for and you can't ever, completely repay. And I'm really grateful to call Rick a really good friend of mine. He's a close friend and he's helped me in more ways than I can imagine. So I wanted to do something cool. Now, admittedly, this thing is not going to probably lift any more than a beer can the rest of its life. It's too pretty. And what he said is, he's like, I don't know where I'm going to put it. Like, I'm going to hang it somewhere, it'll fall and kill somebody. And I'm like, you know what? My work is done, man. I just wanted to get it redone for you so you had, this cool conversation piece. So that's what I had for this one, guys. I just wanted to tell the story of the Beast floor jack. And, it was just something that I was really excited to do because I didn't know how to repay him. And I thought, in some way, this will be kind of special because this thing's coming absolutely full circle. So be grateful for your good friends, you guys, and all the people that you have in your corner because truly words cannot describe, what some of these people can mean to us. So make sure you're always grateful for that. If you guys enjoyed today's video, if you appreciated this story, drop me a comment down below. Like and subscribe if you have not already. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.